Russians are back. Oh, that's much louder than it should be. All right, sorry about the delay, folks. Please don't do this. There we go. All right, so let me take you on a tale back through time. Hmm. So, back in the crazy, crazy far-flung future of 1999, there was this company called Human Entertainment, uh, who were not exactly a big deal, but they were moderately prolific. They brought us such delightful delightful games as they did a Common Rider Black game. They did I think some of the pole position, the F1 pole position games. I want to say they did, but definitely Fire Pro Wrestling, Clock Tower, and Twilight Syndrome. And then in '99, they start undergoing restructuring because of problems. Um, in the same year, financial problems. In the same year, they come out with this, which is Remote Control Dandy, a game where where you remote control a giant robot with very clunky controls, but very manual. You will come to recognize another game uh, on PS2. First of all, this game has a sequel, which I've never played, called Remote Control Dandy SF. I've never played it. Um, but I do plan to. I will get around to it. But if anybody here has played Robot Alchemic Drive, this is its grandfather. This is its pappy. This is where that DNA comes from, and that will be almost immediately recognizable. Uh, and if you were playing it with the controller that I'm playing it with, it would be immediately recognizable. So a little additional blurb on Human Entertainment. Um, if you don't know that name, you might know another one or three. Perhaps you've heard of a developer called Spike Chunsoft now. Possibly you know of that one. Uh, the folks who brought you such delightful titles as Way of the Samurai, 999, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, Shiren the Wanderer. I think they did the Danganronpa games too, but don't hold me to that. Incidentally, also the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi titles. Um, if you don't recognize that one, maybe you recognize Sandlot, the people who brought us the ever lovely um, EDF series, among others, but that in particular, I think most people would recognize their name for now. Or Zangeki no Regan Leaf on the Wii, which now has an English translation, and I recommend checking it out. Um, if you don't recognize that name, maybe you recognize Nude Maker, which you probably don't. Um, but if you played Steel Battalion, maybe you do. They did that published under Capcom, but they did the development work for Steel Battalion and the Line of Contact follow-up. They also did Infinite Space along with Platinum Games on the DS. If you have not played Infinite Space, I recommend it. That game is magnificent. Um, and Nightcry, which I've never played, which came out on the Vita. Um, and if you don't recognize that, Grasshopper Manufacture. And if you don't recognize that name, maybe the name Suda51 will ring a bell. Yeah, so all the people that made up these different teams used to work for Human Entertainment. So to say that these guys are like a wellspring of raw talent and and idea ambition is kind of underselling them. So they've got some good stuff under their belt. This happens to be one of them. Oh, they did Vanguard Bandits too? I didn't know that. So that's cool. I have played Vanguard Bandits. I'm sort of upset that I didn't know it was them. Oh, because Working Designs. That's why Working Designs did the localization, so their name probably got covered up. But yeah, lots of stuff. Kind of a background developer, but lots of really good games came out of them. So this is one of their last titles, right towards the end of their career. Um, in July, I think, of the year that they shut down, and I think they shut down in November, if I remember correctly, from what I read. Let me skim here. Yeah, yeah. In January 2000, Human Corporation was declared bankrupt for failing to negotiate for a restructuring deal over the 3.79 billion yen as of November 99 outstanding in debt. So they shut down in 2000, which is a shame, but the talent wasn't lost. So next time you're playing No More Heroes 3 or an EDF title, this is the company that got their start. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to hit reset on this puppy so we can listen to that delicious, delicious PlayStation opening. Boom, boom. Oh, I could listen to that all day. And there's an intro video, which will come across as well as it comes across. So in case you hadn't guessed, this is like everything you ever want in a giant robot game. Right down to the rocket punches. I'm going to actually turn the volume down just a smidge. That should be fine. Wow, that is still very loud. Okay, let's turn it down another smidge. That's better. I can work with that. I don't think there's anything in options I need to worry about. Sure, it doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Wow, those are still very loud. Dare not turn it down much more than that because it will rapidly become inaudible. Okay, so we're gonna take it from the top. There are, because it's a classic, there are 52-ish, 52 to 54 missions. like an actual season of a TV show. Um, so treat it as such. We are going to start out with a giant robot, and I am going to struggle with the controls for the first several missions because I have not played this. I've never played it to completion, for starters, which is much to my chagrin. Um, but I haven't played it since the initial iterations of the English patch had come out. Uh, or one of the final iterations. So it's been like a year and a half, I guess, since I played it. So I don't really remember what I'm doing. I'm hoping it'll make sense.
Chief, あの子一人ですよ。追い出しましょうか。静かにしてろ。ここはパリでも最高ランクのレストランですよ。子供がうろついてるなんて店の格が下がります。バカ。あれは王座財閥の御曹司だ。王座財閥のジュニア？分かったら最高のサービスを心がけるんだ。王座財閥に睨まれでもしたら大変なことになるぞ。あの子が王座財閥のジュニア。世界一の大金持ちってわけか。
この店のコーヒーはなかなかいけるな。逃げ出してきた甲斐があったよ。なんだ？あれは。
The soundtrack's killer, by the way. An Enigma bot. I love it. The Enigma bot is approaching young Mamoru. Take control of Mamoru and lead him somewhere safe. Controls. Up, move forward, turn left, turn right, and move back. Run! And it's with the D-pad, not the analog stick. I'm going to avoid the landmarks. Yeah, what did that tree ever do to you, bro? That's an Enigma bot. Oh no! My French landmarks! I'll not have it. Not in this house.
Obochama, よくご無事で。
なんとかね。一時はもうダメかと思ったよ。
逃げ出したりするからそういう目に遭うのです。いくら勉強が嫌だからといって。
わかってるよ。
いやしくもお坊ちゃまは王座財閥の跡取りなのですぞ。そんな自覚のないことでどうします？
わかってるって。さっきのロボット、あれが人類を攻撃する謎の敵なんだよね。
そうです。実はお坊ちゃまをここへお呼びしたのも、いや。
ところで、ここは王座コーポレーションのパリ工場だろ。こんなところで一体何を始めるつもり？
So the basic flow is story stuff, mission, story stuff, mission. The missions are usually pretty straightforward. Some of them, they start throwing some really strange stuff at you pretty quick, though. Particularly towards the end. Things get a little nutty.
こんな設備があったなんて。
お坊ちゃま、こちらへ。
ここは？
王座コーポレーションの秘密工場でございます。お坊ちゃまは王座財閥の次期当主になられるお方ですから。
地下にこんなすごい設備があるなんて。一体何のために？
実はとっておきのプレゼントがございます。
プレゼント？
はい、お父様からのプレゼントでございます。
パパは相変わらず忙しいの？
いや、何しろ世界一の大企業王座コーポレーションの総帥でいらっしゃいますから。
まあ、いつものことだけどね。で、プレゼントって何？
これをご覧ください。
これは？
リモコンでございます。
リモコン？僕はこれでも12歳だよ。おもちゃをもらって喜ぶ年じゃないよ。
このリモコンこそ世界に一つしかないプレゼントなのです。
これが？ただのおもちゃに見えるけど。 車の模型を操縦するんだよね。
ではお見せいたしましょう。このリモコンで操縦するものを。これが我がオーザコーポレーションの総力を結集して建造いたしました巨大ロボットジェットロボボーダンでございます。
嘘。50メートルはある。まさかこのリモコンは。
そうです。そのリモコンはボーダンを動かすためのものなのです。
信じられない。
驚かれたようですね。そのリモコンを手になさった時からお坊ちゃまは巨大ロボットボーダンの操縦者になられたのです。ボーダンはお坊ちゃまの望む通りに自由自在に動きます。
僕がこのリモコンでロボットを動かす？
早速使い方をレクチャーいたしましょ
あ、うん。どうすればいいのかな。
う。お教えいたしますよ。おっと、その前に失礼いたしまして。ジェットエンジン始動、ストッパー解除、防弾歩行準備。本日は操縦の基本でございます。
基本か。
テレビアニメに出てくるロボットは口で命令するだけで自由自在に動き回ります。
Giant Robo, Tetsujin 28.
ロボ、敵をやっつけろというような具合です。しかし現実はそう簡単には参りません。ロボットを動かすには大変な技術が必要なのです。
技術？確かにこのリモコンボタンが多いな。
まずは歩行から参りましょう。R1 と R2 ボタンが右足に、
Okay.
L1 と L2 ボタンが左足に対応
I don't know
して
why
お
it
り
did
ます。
that. That was strange. But all right. So R1 and R2 are right leg, L1, L2 are left leg.
R が右足、L が左足。
R1 を押すとボーダンは右足をゆっくり前に出します。ボタンを離すとその場で足を下ろします。
R1 ボタンを押している間、ボーダンは右足を前に出す。
L1 を押すと左足、つまり
R1 と L1 を交互に押す。それで歩行か。もし間違って押したら？
バランスを崩します。場合によっては転ぶかもしれません。
大丈夫かな。
練習あるのみです。まずは格納庫の奥までロボットを動かしてみてください。
As we all know, the only solution to a giant robot problem is a bigger giant robot.
わかった。
So you can do short and long steps. I just did a bunch of long steps.
次は
Short
交
step.
代です。
Oh, they're gonna.
R2 で右足を後ろに、L2 で左足を後ろに。
R2 と L2 を交互に押して交代か。やってみるよ。
上手でございます、お坊ちゃま。
So where this gets complicated is turning. Uh, so this has like tank controls par excellence. They are like all the challenge in this game is mastery of the control scheme. Once you get the mastery of the control scheme down, it's like not that hard, but
慣れればなんてことないな。
it's a pretty mighty skill floor is knowing what you're doing.
その調子で参りましょう。次は曲がる方法です。R1 と R2 を同時に押し続ければ右にターン。L1 と L2 を押し続ければ左にターンです。ここで質問でございます。お坊ちゃまが歩くと一歩で約50センチ進みます。では、ロボットが一歩歩くと何メートル進むのでしょうか。
ロボットの身長が50メートルってことから考えると、約20メートルだね。
正解です。つまり、お坊ちゃまがボーダンと一緒に歩いたら、あっという間に置いてきぼりになってしまいます。今は狭い格納庫の中ですから問題ありませんが、外を歩いたら、あっという間にボーダンを見失ってしまうでしょう。
なるほど。5歩歩いただけで100メートルも向こうに行ってしまうわけか。
そこでです。ボーダンを見失わないように、お坊ちゃま自身が走って追いかけなければなりません。
僕自身が走る？
リモコンの有効範囲は約300メートルです。
And if you've played Robot Alchemic Drive, then you know exactly what that's all about.
しっかりついていかないとすぐに操縦不能になってしまいます。
僕が走る。
セレクトボタンを押すとボーダンの機能は一時停止いたします。その間にお坊ちゃま自身が走って移動してください。方向キーの上、もう一度セレクトボタンを押せばボーダンの操縦に切り替わります。
This is usually not going to be a problem, but there are going to be a couple missions where you have to like sprint, and it gets complicated. Robot Alchemic Drive also was kind of brutal in that regard, where you had to. It it it's it works out okay in practice because particularly in Robot Alchemic Drive, you have like the enemies don't do tons. They don't like zip around the battlefield most of the time. So you have time to do things, but this gets complicated when there is a certain degree of time limitation and you have to be a bit careful. You can take a hit, but you can't take tons of hits.
セレクトボタンで切り替えて、方向キーの上で前進、左右でターン。
ではやってみましょう。
Okay, so why am I not? There we go. I was pressing the wrong button. Big brain.
コツがお分かりになったようですな。
なんとか。
今は
There are no obstacles here in the hangar.
ですが、もし外に出れば、建物によってボーダンの姿が隠れてしまうことがあります。そんな時は素早く移動するようにしてください。
Or demolish some buildings, but they do score you accordingly.
なるほど。見やすい場所を選ぶことが重要なんだ。ロボット操縦って大変だな。
お坊ちゃま、ボーダンは気に入っていただけましたか？
うん、最高だよ。
This does not get into combat. Combat is another layer of complexity. But it's all about,
ボーダンはおもちゃじゃないんだろ？世界中に出現した謎のロボット。世界は大パニック。このままだと 人類はロボットに滅ぼされるかもしれない。だからボーダンを作ったんだよね。パパが僕にボーダンをくれたってことは、僕に怪ロボットと戦えってことなんだ。
お坊ちゃま、
やるよ、僕。
危険な仕事です。できれば。
僕は王座財閥の次期当主だ。役目は果たすよ。パパの期待に応えてみせる。
お坊ちゃま、ボーダンは我が社のジェットエンジンを搭載した無敵のロボットです。怪ロボットにも必ず勝てます。
ジェットパワーか。信じてるよ、王座の技術をね。
もしお坊ちゃまがボーダンを受け取られたなら、日本へ行くようにとの命令を受けております。
日本？
そうです。日本の鳥の市でございます。
鳥の市？
We might start worrying about separate save slots after they really get us into it, because there is a certain degree of... You don't want to demolish too many buildings.
もうすぐ日本か。トリノ。おかしいよな。調べた限りではトリノはただの田舎町だ。産業といえば漁業だけ。過疎に悩む平凡な港町のはず。そんなところにボーダンを持って行ってどうしろって言うんだろう。まさかボーダンで魚を取れっていうわけじゃないよな。なんだ？
お坊ちゃま、大変です。船のエンジンが爆破されました。
I hate it when that happens.
なんだって？
ボートで脱出しましょう。さあ、お急ぎください。
ボーダンはどうしよう。
陸地から誘導してはいかがでしょう。まずはお坊ちゃまご自身が脱出なさらないと。無事に脱出できて一安心です。お怪我はありませんか？
大丈夫だよ。よし、ボーダンを呼び戻そう。すごい。あの爆発でも傷一つない。
How did they fit it on the boat?
ボーダン、すぐに海から出してあげるよ。よし、この港にボーダンを上陸させよう。
So, what they haven't told us yet is if you look over on the right where it says Vordan, and then there's a red bar and then a yellow blinking bar with a green thing that's rising up steadily. We good? Oh, that's right. I didn't remember you could look up. Oops. There we go. I stepped on a light fixture. The casualties have already begun.
爆弾か。何者かが妨害工作をしている。ボーダンがトリノに行くと困る奴がいるってことか。僕はやれるだろうか。
さあ、トリノシティへ出発いたします。
So that red portion, that red bar, as you can guess, is health. That goes down. If you lose it all, it's bad. The other bar is an energy gauge for doing special moves. We haven't gotten there yet. Unfortunately, that's where I'm going to need to enlist the help of the internet, because I do not remember most of those. I think I remember how to do a rocket punch, which is, of course, all we really need, strictly speaking. Rocket punches are fantastic. Train hard to control your robot.
ここがトリノか。
こちらでございます。
ここは随分都会だな。資料ではただの田舎町だったはずだけど。
それは古い資料ではありませんか。7年前にトリノの再開発計画が持ち上がり、今
再開発か。たった7年で随分都会化したものだね。
何しろ我が社からも大量の資金を投入しておりますから。
え？オーザコーポレーションは世界最大のエネルギーメジャーだろ。なんでこんな田舎町の再開発に投資する必要があるのさ。
我が社はこの町に新会社を設立いたしました。お坊ちゃまにその会社のオーナーになっていただくのです。
オーナー？待ってよ、そんな話聞いてないよ。
今初めてお話しいたしましたから。お坊ちゃま、到着いたしました。
すごい。この建物は一体？
トリノ警備隊の本部でございます。
トリノ警備隊？
お坊ちゃまがオーナーになられる会社でございます。
これが？
すぐにボーダンを地下格納庫に収容いたします。
地下に格納庫があるんだ。
トリノ警備隊はボーダンを収容できる基地なのです。トリノ防衛の拠点とするため、オーザコーポレーションの子会社として設立いたしました。
なるほど。
お坊ちゃま、ボーダンの収容を完了いたしました。
ご苦労様。それにしてもすごい設備だね。オーザコーポレーションがこんなものを作っていたなんて。
これからはお坊ちゃまがこの会社株式会社トリノ警備隊のオーナーとなられるのです。お役目立派に果たしてくださいませ。
頑張るよ。
君、
え、僕？
すぐに始めますよ。準備はいいですか？
準備？
お坊ちゃま、この方は柳博士でございます。ロボット工学の権威でボーダンの設計にも携わった方です。
君はやっと歩行ができるようになったばかりだそうですね。次はもう少し複雑な動作を覚えてもらいましょう。すぐに準備してください。
準備って何の？
特訓ですよ。君は満足にボーダンを動かせないんでしょ？
それはそうだけど。
歩けるだけでは何もできませんよ。実践ではね。
実践？分かったよ。特訓する。
今日は戦闘方法を教えます。と言いたいところですが、今日は物をつかむ動作を覚えてもらいましょう。
Oh, I totally forgot about this as a mechanic.
君はいずれ怪ロボットと対決しなければなりません。そのために、今君がしなければならないことは、一つ一つしっかりと操縦法を理解していくことです。
わかってるよ。
では、物をつかむ練習です。
Do you even lift, bro?
物をつかむためには、まずしゃがむ動作を覚えなければなりません。R2 と L2 を同時に押してみなさい。
What they're going to teach us is to lift with your legs, not with your back.
立つ方法も教えておきましょう。もう一度 R2 と L2 を同時に押せば、ボーダンは立ち上がります。R2 プラス L2 でしゃがみ。もう一度 R2 プラス L2 で立つ。わかりましたね。ではやってみなさい。よろしい。
There's also jumping, but we're not going to do much of that, I don't think.
さて、格納庫の中に貨物を配置しました。訓練の目標は、ボーダンで貨物をつかめるようになることです。まずは君自身が移動して貨物を確認しなさい。移動する方法は分かっていますね。1、セレクトボタンを押して君自身の移動に切り替えます。2、方向キーで君自身が移動します。3、セレクトボタンを押すとボーダンの操縦に切り替わります。では、君自身が貨物の近くまで移動してください。
I know how buttons work, I swear. There we go. There is a crate. It is a bouncy crate made of jello and rubber.
よろしい。では、ボーダンを貨物の前に連れてきなさい。
Guam. Whoops, wrong way.
おっと、ボーダンの足元に注意してください。
It's just gonna
貨
say,
物を踏み潰さないように。
I don't know how close I am.
では、足元を見る方法を教えましょう。×ボタンを押しながら方向キーを押すと、自由に視点が変えられます。つまり、君自身が向きを変えて、見たい方向を見るわけです。
Doesn't do me much good. There's no strafing, I don't think, either. Oh, yes, there is. It's L1 and R1. Sweet. Okay, that's gonna make this a lot easier. Okay.
よろしい。向きを変える動作は、ロボットを操縦している時でも、君自身が移動している時でも、どちらでもできます。忘れないように。では、×ボタンを使って足元に注意しつつ、ボーダンを貨物に近づけてみなさい。
So, gingerly. Oh, wrong way.
もう少し近づいてください。そうしたら、しゃがんで丸ボタンを押す。物をつかむ動作をします。
R2 と L2 同時でしゃがむ。しゃがんだ状態で丸でつかむ。
では、貨物をつかんでみなさい。
Yoink! And if you don't think Or if you think that there's going to be missions where I have to carry something the entire way, you'd be right.
今日はここまでにしましょう。
By far the hardest part of the game. Combat is easy.
疲れた。
今日教えたことを忘れないように。
R2 と L2 同時でしゃがむ。しゃがんだ状態でまるで掴む。
Now you're also probably thinking, why doesn't he just get onto the robot's shoulder? Well, have you ever wondered what happens when something that's 50 meters tall hits something with a, I don't know. Oh, hey Echo, what up? Echo has joined us. This is wondrous. He gets to see the glory that is remote control dandy. We're in the tutorial section and that takes a while, but once we're out of that, the zaniness begins. Fully voice acted from the dawn of the millennium. It's remote control dandy. So we're playing as a little kid who is the son of the Oza Zaibatsu leader. So-and-so Oza. We, of course, have a butler who calls us Obochama, because of course he does. And we just got a present in the form of a giant robot. Incidentally, there's also giant robots called Enigma bots that are going around wreaking havoc and being just general dicks. Real jerks. And we have a giant robot, and we're in the Torino Defense Force now. We own, actually, the Torino Defense Force Corporation, which is a subsidiary of the Oza conglomerate. And we're gonna bully things with a giant robot. So the game is like all complex controls and plot.
指令室は確かこっちの方だって聞いたんだけど。迷ったかな。
あれ？どうしたんですか？
Uh-oh. I thought this was a boys' club with no girls allowed. Cooties.
あ、指令室へ行きたいんだけど、どうも迷ったみたいなんだ。
それならここを右に曲がってください。突き当たりが指令室ですよ。
Thanks.
ありがとう。
トリノ警備隊情報分析官助手の三村美幸です。
She will tell us the things we must know.
あ、僕は守る。
新しく入った方ですよね。私も入隊したばかりですけど、新人同士協力して頑張りましょう。では。
ここにも僕と同年代の子がいるんだ。
I'm not sure we've established how old he is. It's not very old. The first we saw of our plucky protagonist, he was in
ここが
Paris.
指令室か。
And then he had to run from a giant robot attacking him, which promptly went and destroyed the Arc de Triomphe. So we know the giant robots, the enemy giant robots, are bad dudes because, you know, they break historical artifacts and architecture, and that's bad. Not in my house.
あら？君、どこから入ったの？
Hello, nurse.
ここは関係者以外は立ち入り禁止なのよ。さあ、出て出て。今日はオーナーが来ることになってるのに、こんな子供がうろうろしてるとこ見られたら大変だわ。
関係者だよ、僕は。
そんなはずないでしょ。さあ、出て出て。
いいんですよ、優子さん。
柳博士。
彼がこの会社のオーナーなんですよ。
嘘でしょ。
事実です。
そんな。
紹介しましょう。彼女は南優子隊員。警備隊の作戦参謀です。 なお経理や営業など諸々の業務も彼女が担当しています。つまり何でも屋ですね。
よろしく。
王座財閥の御曹司だって聞いてたけど、まさかこんな子供だなんて。ふざけてるわ。これからどうするのよ。
僕はもう12歳だ。子供じゃないよ。
So he's 12.
オーナーとしてもボーダンの操縦者としても立派にやってみせるさ。
Vordan is the giant robot that we're going to be piloting with a remote control, which is just dandy.
それが僕の役目だからね。
お先真っ暗。
She's right, you know. I barely know how to turn.
何事なの。
大変です。街で爆弾が発見されました。
なんですって。
爆弾は特殊な外装に包まれていて解体できません。ついでに大きなトラックに積まれていて動かせないようです。
一体誰がそんな爆弾を。
町の人は。
現在新市街全域に地下シェルターへの避難命令が出ています。
町全体に避難命令。それだけ強力な爆弾ってことなの。
いえ、大型の爆弾ですがそれほどの規模ではないと思われます。
Sorry about that. Someone was at the door asking questions.
どういうこと。
鳥の市長からの正式な依頼です。ボーダンの出動を申し入れる鳥の市長白鳥さん。住民はボーダンの出動に備えて避難を始めています。
それを早く言いなさい。
いよいよボーダンの手紙か。
守くん、今現在ボーダンを動かせるのはあなただけだわ。あなたがやるしかないのよ。やってくれるわね。
それが僕の役目だからね。
So we must put our training into practice. So we've got to get the robot to the truck and remove the truck. So there is money. Money is involved.
ゲートオープン。ジェットエンジン点火。ジェットコンバーター起動。メガモーターパワーオン。ボーダー起動準備。起動まで5秒。4、3、2、1。ボーダー起動。守君、トラックを発見したらボーダンを使って掴み上げなさい。やり方は練習の通りです。R2 と L2 を同時に押してしゃがむ。丸ボタンで掴む。
わかったよ。よし、初出撃だ。
Alrighty. So first things first. We get close to the truck. Whoops. Turn right. Not like that. So, as you can see, none of this is as easy as it sounds. And you are gargantuan. That's not good. Am I not close enough, or... Oh, what I can do... There we go. Somewhere empty, okay. Oh, I went the wrong way. Shoot. So, as you've probably guessed, this game is a balancing act, and not a particularly easy one. Oh, wrong foot. There we go. No. Don't turn like that. Don't turn like that either. I need to get the hell out of there. Boom! So, other than destroying that one building, which we really didn't want to do at all,
傷一つついてない。
ボーダンの体は超合金でできています。爆弾ぐらいなんともありませんよ。
これがボーダンの力。
and yeah, they bill you for everything. It's true. Fortunately, the traffic lights aren't worth too much, so it's not too bad, and apparently it didn't qualify that building I broke, which is nice. I guess it wasn't a total loss. Ideally, you don't break the traffic lights, but those are just kind of the cost of doing business. When you're getting multiple orders of magnitude more money than that, it's not that big a loss. What is a bit of a loss is the mobilization cost. That costs. But you can't do anything about that. Now we start getting to the real meat and potatoes.
守さん、特訓を始めるから格納庫に来るようにって博士が言ってました。
また特訓か。
不満ですか？
トリノの街を見て回りたかったんだけど、まあ仕方ないや。すぐ行くよ。
ちょっと待って。 守くん、話があります。
何？
昨日の出撃の件だけど、防弾のせいで町に被害が出てるの。住民から25件の苦情が来てるわ。今後こういうことには注意してちょうだい。
Those streetlights were a valuable landmark, and you crushed them, along with 25 citizens' hopes and dreams.
トリの警備隊はオーザコーポレーションの子会社とはいえ、一応は独立採算戦を取っている営利団体なわけ。
独立採算制？
つまり赤字を出すと倒産するってこと。昨日のように建物を壊しまくったらあっという間に倒産よ。お分かり？
For the mission we just did, it's all fine and dandy, but there are going to be actual fights against actual enemies, and that is going to be a serious problem. Like, destruction of the city is going to be a very real possibility.
分かったよ。
あなたはこの会社のオーナーなんだから、私がこんなこと言う筋合いじゃないんでしょうけどね。でもオーナーならなおさら考えてもらわないと。
はいはい、分かったよ。じゃ
待ちなさい、守くん。
オーナー？守さんが？
She did not get the memo. It's okay. We forgive her. She was not present.
今日はいよいよ戦闘方法を教えます。まずは腰の回転です。方向キーの左右で腰を回すことができます。次はパンチです。丸ボタンで右腕パンチ、四角ボタンで左手パンチ。
丸ボタンが右腕、四角ボタンが左腕に対応しているわけか。
そういうこと。ボタンと腕の対応が理解できたようですね。ただそのパンチはあまり威力がありません。
And they're not. Like, they do fractions of their health. They do build up your energy gauge quicker, so you can do special moves, though. So, we're going to hit them with flurries of combos, and then hopefully smack them with something that knocks them down, back off, and then hit them with, like, the actual business.
今度はもっと重くて強力なパンチを教えましょう。腰の回転を利用したスイングパンチです。まず方向キーの左を押して上半身を回転させます。その途中に丸ボタンを押すと右腕をスイングさせたパンチを打ちます。やってみなさい。どうです？上半身が回転してしまうから狙ったところに当てるのは難しいでしょう。正面に命中させたかったら一度腰を右に回転させておくといい。
難しいな。
使いにくい技ですが命中した時の威力は強烈です。使いこなせるようになっておいてください。
うん。
反対の方向キー、さっきと今日の特訓はこれまでにしましょう。
There's also an uppercut, which I believe is up, and then one of the buttons.
守さん。
何？
守さんってこの会社のオーナーなんですか？
うん。一応そういうことになってるみたいだね。
オーナーってことは警備隊で一番偉いんでしょ？すごい。
いや、パパからもらった会社だから。
会社をもらえちゃうなんて。一体守さんのお父さんって何をなさっているの？
口座財閥の総帥。
世界一の大財閥じゃないですか。すごい。私教科書で習いました。世界のエネルギーの総元締め。世界中にエネルギー会社を持ってて、ジェットとか電気とか石炭とかいろんなエネルギーを支配しているんですよね。
そうらしいね。
じゃあ
She's excitable.
みたいだね。
すごい信じられない。そんな人が身近にいるなんて。
おい守君。
あ、博士が呼んでる。じゃ。
守さん。
何？
お一人でトリノに来られていろいろ大変でしょ。私にできることがあったら言ってくださいね。こう見えても私料理とか洗濯とか得意なんです。
ありがとう。
She
じゃあ
moves
また。
fast. But does she have different intentions? Darker, more malevolent intentions.
ただいまより鳥の市全域に避難命令が発令されます。ジェットロボボーダンを発信いたします。危険ですから市民の皆様は速やかに地下シェルターに避難してください。繰り返します。ボーダンが発信いたします。ボーダンが発信いたします。危険ですから速やかに地下シェルターまで避難してください。緊張しちゃった。マイク入ったまま。
Whoops.
今日はいよいよ街中での戦闘訓練よ。実践のつもりで頑張って。はい。絶対に街を壊さないように。ただでさえこの訓練には莫大な予算がかかってるんですからね。はいはい。
Guess we're gonna have to get into pole position. Ah? Ah. But you get nothing and like it.
ゲートオープン。ジェットエンジン点火。ジェットコンバーター起動。メガモーターパワーオン。ボーダー起動準備。起動まで5秒。4、3、2、1。ボーダー起動。
街中に設置したターゲットポールを破壊して。
ターゲットポールは全部で4個です。
容量は実戦と変わらないわ。怪ロボットが攻めてきたと思って真剣にやってちょうだい。
Whoops! I didn't think the... I didn't think the arm was gonna hit me. Whoop! Got it. Much better. How's jumping done? Is it that? Yeah. Oh no! This was a mistake. Okay, one pulled out. Big oops. So I'm not going to be able to afford to do this in actual fights. Zook. Zook. Wrong way. There we go. I get that wrong every time. Whoop. That's not what I wanted to do. It is indeed Giovanni Zero. It is the predecessor to Robot Alchemic Drive, called Remote Controlled Andy. I have no idea how close I am to this thing. Very similar, right down to having to run around after your giant robot and avoid blowing up the city with your boots. I have no idea how close I am. Oh, I'm turned the wrong way. There we go. Did I just kill another building? Almost. Yeah, so this is, yeah, remote controlled Andy, made in '99. Never got released in the US, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, just jump the thing. Don't blow up that building, please. Big wince. This is what I was afraid I was going to do. This is why we have a save immediately beforehand. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, I was going the wrong way anyway. Smart. You can very much step on yourself, and I would like to avoid that. I don't know how I'm gonna get this without breaking something. Can I go the other way? Yeah, I can go the other way. Alright. I don't even know what my destroyed budget is up to. I've already lost money. But there is an English translation patch for it. I am being forced to emulate it as a result, because I don't have a jailbroken PS1. That way. There we go. Much better. Controls very similarly to Robot Alchemic Drive. If you liked Robot Alchemic Drive, you'll like this. There's also a sequel to this called Remote Control Dandy SF, which I have not played. We will go bankrupt. In fact, we're about to go bankrupt. This is exactly as easy as it looks. That's not what I wanted to do. So that was terrible. If I have to load, I'll load. Ugh. Because I think that just, like, cut my money in half.
なんとか戦闘はできるようになったけど、怪ロボットと戦うのか。
Right now, no.
どうしたの、マモル君。
キュウコさん、怪ロボットって一体なんだろう。
さあね、突然現れて街を破壊する巨人。その正体は全く謎に包まれてるわね。
As you do when you're an Enigma bot.
正体不明の敵か。
今まで4体のロボットが出現したの。ニューヨークとモスクワ、北京を襲撃。連合軍が応戦したけど、いずれも散々な結果に終わっているわ。
勝てるかな、ボーダン。
勝たなきゃいけないのよ。このまま怪ロボットを放置してはおけないもん。
そう
ところでマモル君、今回の被害額は見た？
だね。いや、まだだよ。
ミッションが終わるごとに被害額が計算されるから必ず見るように。今回の赤字はそりゃもうひどいもんよ。
Alright, how bad is the damage? Because I think I killed like 4 buildings. Oof! It hurts. It hurts so much. I'll make a third save file, I guess. I'm gonna move forward for expediency, and worst comes to worst, I'll, on my off time, retry missions, because I'd rather not do them for the stream. I'd rather not do retries for the stream, because that just takes forever. And we'll never get this done with like 50-something missions. They don't always put us in the middle of a city, just most of the time.
悪いニュースです。 カイロボットがトリノに向かっているという連絡がありました。
ついに来る。
カイロボットは恐るべき戦闘兵器です。今まで何度となく連合軍が戦いを挑みましたが、結果はいつも無残なものでした。
でもボーダンなら勝てるよね。
必ず。ボーダンは最高の格闘戦能力を持っています。必ずカイロボットにも勝てるでしょう。しかし問題は君です。ロボット操縦者としては君はまだまだ未熟。カイロボットを倒すためにはもっともっと操縦技術を磨かなければなりません。
今でもスイングパンチができるけど。
まだまだボーダンの力はそんなものではありません。
まだ隠された力があるってこと？
そうです。今からそれを覚えてもらいましょう。
So now we get into special moves. And this is where things get really complicated. So that uppercut I was able to do a couple times is really useful to buy yourself time because it'll knock an enemy back and
今
onto
日教
their
えるこ
back.
とは難しいですよ。しっかり聞くように。まずはライジングパンチです。方向キー上で上半身を前に倒します。その後、方向キーを下に入れて倒した上半身を起こします。
And this is what I did before.
前に倒した上半身を起こしつつ丸ボタン。
I think in any of these missions I could have also done like a rocket
ボ
punch,
クシ
but
ングでいうところのアッパーです。
uppa des. Schwunk.
次は強力なハンマーパンチです。方向キー下で上半身をのけぞらせます。その後、方向キー上で上半身を戻しつつ丸ボタン。
のけぞらせた上半身を戻しつつ丸ボタン。さっきと逆か。なんとかマスターしたと思う。
では次の課題です。次も難しいですよ。その名も5000トンパンチ。
博士がつけた名前？
Did you just come up with that name?
そうです。
So
いい名前でしょ？
Because it's cool. Remember what Brave Police J. Decker taught us. Is that a tiger face on its chest? Why is that there? Because it's cool. It is cool.
まず R1 ボタンで右足を前に出します。同時に丸ボタンで右パンチ。体重を乗せた重い突きです。
R1 で右足を出してすかさず丸ボタンで右パンチ。
ボーダンの体重は5000トン。その全体重を乗せたパンチなのです。
We're going to be doing that a lot because you're able to advance and attack at the same time.
だから5000トンパンチ。別の名前を考えた方がいいと思うよ。
Ellipsis.
言い忘れましたが、腰を横に向けた状態では5000トンパンチはできません。体は前を向けるようにしなさい。
Which is much harder than it sounds, but a lot of the various moves will automatically center you. So if I am like this, it won't do it. If I'm like this, it won't do it. If I'm like that, it won't do it. So swing, that centers it so that I'm not looking up or down. And the same is true if I do a hook. Okay, I lied. So actually centering is tricky. Alrighty. That's the wrong button, friend. Also the wrong button. There you go.
よろしい。
So, it doesn't look any different, but it does hit harder.
今日はここまでにしましょう。
いつやってくるんだろう、カイロボットは。
1週間以来でしょうね。下手をすれば明日にでもやってきますよ。
明日か。
Wait, if they're keeping tabs up, never mind.
守さん、お疲れ様。 はいタオル。冷たいジュースもあるからね。
あ、どうもありがとう。
So, like a lot of what Sandlot would release, and again, I have a lengthy speech at the beginning of the stream about how the company that made this, Human Entertainment, uh, when they broke up, they were a wellspring of talent, and one of the offspring companies was indeed Sandlot, who brought us Robot Alchemic Drive, who brought us Earth Defense Force, um, among others. This is very much, if you liked Robot Alchemic Drive, you will love this. It's like very, very clear that it's the same genealogy. Alrighty, moving right along. I also have to remember that it's Japanese style PlayStation controls, so O is confirm, X is cancel. But the missions are short, little bite-sized missions. They're usually not too involved until later. It gets more complicated later.
マモルさん、お出かけしましょう。
え？
トリノを見て回りたいって言ってたじゃないですか。これから2人で出かけましょう。毎日特訓じゃ体に悪いですよ。決定。じゃあ準備してきますから。
You're a man of taste, Giovanni Zero. Individual of discerning taste. I too am a huge EDF fan.
あ、ちょっと。
さあ、行きましょう。
あ、うん。
どこに行きましょうか。トリノは4つのエリアに分かれているんですけど。
4つのエリア？
ええ、ビルが乱立する新市街、住宅地の旧市街、発電所のある山岳部、それからベイエリアです。
なるほど。
Right on cue.
どうやら鳥の見学は延期だね。
せっかくおしゃれしたのに。
ゆうこさん、カイロボットよ。
来た。
カイロボットは鳥の艦隊を撃破、ベイエリアから上陸しました。現在新市街に向かっています。
いよいよ来るべき時が来たわね。カイ
ジェットロボ防弾出動。
But yeah, this game is rad. Not in just the Robot Alchemic Drive sense, but it's fully voiced, has cutscenes, it's got plot. This is where everything gets much, much, much more complicated because we do not want to blow up the entire city, and we very much want to blow up the enemy robot. And we don't want to get stepped on. Getting stepped on, very bad. Do not want. You will die. You can die in this. Just like in Robot Alchemic Drive. You don't have quite as many cues in this for like positioning three-dimensionally like you do in Robot Alchemic Drive, partly because it's on a PS1 and you just don't have as many shadows and other things to make judgment calls as to where your feet are going to land. So I have a little difficulty. And it's just as mechanically difficult. Like, everything you remember from Robot Alchemic Drive is present here.
いよいよ実践か。
Actually, Robot Alchemic Drive had like two different control schemes. One was a simple control scheme where you just kind of moved forward, back, left, right if you wanted. This, but then it had a more granular, like classic in quotes control scheme, which this is basically. And you don't have a choice. This is the control scheme you get.
僕にできるのか。
I can actually do it,
カ
I
イロボットに
believe.
勝てるのか。
I can beat an Enigma bot.
敵は新市街に侵入したわ。周囲に防御シールドを張るから必ずここで蹴りをつけて。
Wait. Defensive shields?
住民はすべて避難しました。思う存分戦ってください。
That's news to me.
守くん、あなたのパートナーを信じて。
Don't believe in you. Believe in the you that believes in the giant robot.
パートナー？
身長50メートル。世界で最も頼りになるパートナーよ。彼の力を信じなさい。
I do believe. Gwom.
僕にはボーダンがいる。勝つ。必ず。
Gigantor he ain't. But he's cool. Alright. So without walking through buildings... There we go, much better. Don't do that. No. Yes. Okay, I have to sprint. Oh, wrong foot. Don't kick me, don't kick me. Yes! Don't punch me, don't punch me. Yes! Progress. Let's go. Hey, bub, you want to blow up a different building? I don't actually know how far away that thing is. And the most important control of all, which is guarding. Hit me! Brunk. Oh, he blocked that. That's not good. No? Come on. Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't step on that. There we go. You blew up a bunch of buildings, but it's okay. Ish. It's okay-ish. It could be better.
勝ったよくやったわ。
I don't remember how to do rocket punches. There are rocket punches for sure, but
カイロボットもボーダンの敵じゃない。ボーダンは無敵なんだ。
he's invincible.
守くん、 貝ロボットは1体だけじゃないわ。いずれ第2第3の貝ロボットがやってくる。
Well, there were 4.
それに備えて即刻帰還しなさい。
わかった。ボーダンは強い。ボーダンと一緒なら。
I'm not sure I'd call 4 an army, but it's call it an army. Oy. So basically half my earnings gone. And you have to stay afloat as a solvent company. And that's not easy. I don't remember if this has upgrades like Robot Alchemic Drive wound up having. Okay, I think it does. I am going to save real quick. This is where the game starts opening up. Opening up being a relative term. You're still, like, doing mission after mission after mission. I'm gonna save here. So that's basically the training in quotes missions, the tutorial stuff. I'm gonna talk with these various people. We'll start. Take it from the top.
今忙しいのよ。誰かさんが町を壊した後始末でね。現状維持ってとこかしらね。とにかく被害を出さないように気をつけて。広報活動ね。私たちは地域に密着したロボット警備隊を目指しているからね。住民の理解を得るのはとても大切なことよ。
Only about 2 hours so far, and I am going to have to call it shortly because I got stuff I gotta get done today. But I do this every Monday at about the same time, starting at noonish Eastern Standard Time. Oh. I don't remember what approval rating does for you. Maybe it makes it so that, I have no idea whatever. I'm gonna hold off on that, because there are robot upgrades I think I want to get.
鳥の市民から寄付を募るって手があるけど、あまりおすすめできないわね。
Yeah, it's pretty long. I've been taking my sweet time as well. And there's, I have to check how many missions in we are. I think we're at about 10 missions, and then there's like another 40 or so. Okay, they reduce approval, but you do get money. We'll hold off on all that. Approval is kind of important because I think they start treating you more harshly, and there's a game over condition tied to it.
Mamoru-kun, どうしました?
But yeah, fully voiced. I love it. Of course, Robot Alchemic Drive was also, I think, fully voiced, and that game's localization is hilarious. That game is so funny. There are other robots. We do not have any of them as yet. So, we punch good. They are not telling me about... Maybe I can't do rocket punches and that's my difficulty.
腰の
Why
回
I
転
can't
を
do
使っ
them.
て腕を振り回し、遠心力でパンチ力を高めます。
So these are the basic techniques they've told me about. I never feel like the 5,000 town punch has
5000トンの体重を
reactivity
乗せ
the
た
few
土で
times
す。
I've done it. Okay, so let's go to upgrades. See what we've got. Because you can't blow too much money or you will go into the red, and that's a huge problem. I think that's a game over condition. So it's kind of a balancing act. It's not too bad. It's very doable. But it is... oh, we can't do it yet. There we go. So we can't do it yet. That's okay. I know in Robot Alchemic Drive you could reduce energy or increase your capacity. I think you could improve strength, health, that sort of thing. And I want to say improve your energy as well.
守る
Oh,
守
here
るさ
we
ん
go.
用の装備ですね。わかりました。
So we could get a bulletproof jacket, which I think increases your total health. You move fast. These are... I completely forgot about all of these. Oh yeah, I want a gun. Give me a gun. I'm gonna shoot the robot. Get out of the way! I think, yeah, this is the thing that lets you get on top of buildings. This I probably want a gun. I'm pretty sure you can keep using these. I don't remember if these are one-time use or not. I hope they're not. I will cry. I have played this once before,
ロボットの強化も。まずに
but it was a while ago. It was right after the English fan translation came out. Whatever, we'll blow it. We'll blow the Monet. I'm not going to worry about the gun. Mostly because it's not very effective. This is probably not a bad idea either. But I'll hold off, because I don't have any money. And I'm going to improve public opinion. I'm so busy, and it's all because someone went and smashed up the city. Don't do that.
広報活動
I want to provide full coverage of the robots employed by the
住民
TDF.
の理解を得るのはとても
So we'll broadcast some commercials. My approval, I think, is at 60%. What's my condition?
現状維持ってとこかしらね
Oh, bump me up
と
by
にかく
7%.
被害を出
That's
さな
something.
いように気をつけて
So manage your PR, manage your money, manage the brutally involved controls. it's an involved game. All right. With that, I do have to scoot. I have some baking to do. But I'll be back next week. As always. Actually, I don't know if Echo's here, but in the evenings, me and Common Writer Echo and a couple other people get together and do some Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme versus Maxa Boost on in the evenings, usually starting around 8 p.m. Eastern Time, give or take. So if you want to tune in for something that is much faster paced, there's that. But yeah, every week Mecha Mondays with me, doing something giant robot related or mecha adjacent. I also have a Warframe Wednesdays stream where I do some Warframe for a couple hours, and then a Free Read Fridays stream where I read short stories and indeed entire novels aloud. Last Friday it was a couple seasonal Christmassy stories of varying bents. Yeah, I will try to stream it then as well. If you don't make it, it's okay. I forgive you. I'm a no-name, so I don't expect people to tune in, but it's fun. I'll try to stream that. If I'm not streaming it, he will be. Mecha Mondays always concludes with mobile suits, says Echo. I agree with him. But yeah, definitely tune into that. Alrighty, see you all later. Thanks for tuning in. And see you next time. I do stream to Twitch as well if you prefer watching on that, but I stream to Twitch, YouTube, and yeah, Twitch and YouTube simultaneously, so you can check it out on either. We should probably try co-streaming it. I just have to make sure that my capture card is working properly again, because it's been having difficulty lately. And it's not so much the capture card. The capture card works fine. It's that it acts really dumb lately. I was able to get my last Code Fairy stream out no problem, but Like, ever since then, it's given me grief. Yeah, I was able to actually to get some. Does it use a USB to USB, male to male connector? Because I was able to find like a packet of 5, I think, on newegg.com for like $25, I think. All pretty long too, so you have a lot of room to work with, and those helped me a lot. In any case, I gotta run. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for tuning in again, and see you all next time. Thank you kindly. And have a good one. Stay toasty. It's getting chilly out there. It's that time of year.